All right, so I'm going to be looking at a very specific niche here, and it's quite a strange cross niche. I think I would go ahead and call it that. Now, the niche that I found recently was it's a low content book, and it is a meal planner and food planner kind of mixed together. And I'm sure if you've been doing low content books, then you would have seen meal planners and fitness planners and trackers and all these type of things. However, there is a spin that I'm going to do myself, and that's why I think this is such a good idea. And I've actually only seen one other person doing this, and their book is ranked much, much, much better than every other similar independently published book out there. So this is why I think this is such a big deal for this niche, and I'm going to show you what that is in just a second. But first, let's take a look at what these fitness and meal planners look like. So I think they call them food and fitness journals. As you can see, you can already see a ton of results here, and you can target 2021, you can target for women, etc, etc. Now let's go ahead and just take a look. Okay, so like I said, if you've been doing low content stuff and you've been looking for low content niches, then you're probably gonna have seen a ton of these already. And I think that's what's so important about, like I said, kind of cross niching now. Like there's so many low content books out there, especially ones like this for fitness and food planners, that I think you have to do a little bit extra these days to really stand out. Now let's just take a look at a standard food and fitness journal. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this one. #1 bestseller in Polo. That doesn't make sense. So let's look inside, and okay, so it's a pretty simple interior. You can get this one outsourced for pretty cheap. It just has weekly goals, how you're feeling, challenges, reasons to keep going, checklists, etc, etc. And then have on the next page, you just sort of fill out how much water and caffeine and how many steps you've done, etc, etc. The cravings that you've had, the food that you've had. So yeah, it's a meal planner, you know, something to hold yourself accountable for. It's a good idea, especially with like a lot of places not being able to go to the gym now. I think a lot of people are going to be trying to eat healthier. They're trying to have more steps and drink more water and consume less caffeine and trying to sleep more. They're really going to want to focus on things that they can do outside of the gym. They're going to want to make like double effort now that they can't go to the gym. Okay, so like I said, I don't think it's enough to go ahead and just put a food and fitness journal up there and put some flowers on it and just expect to make sales. Like a lot of these books have now been established in the Amazon store, and you're going to be competing against them. You're not really going to stand out against books that have you know, they've already set their way on Amazon. So I did come across one book, and it was selling much, much better than pretty much any other independently published book in this niche that I saw. And it's kind of sub niche, I guess you would call it, or your cross niche. I'm not sure what people call it. But it's to do with body appreciation. So I think over the last sort of couple of years in particular, there's been a lot of positive attitude toward body appreciation and accepting your body for the way that it is, which is absolutely awesome, obviously. And I think we've gotten to a point now where, especially where social media is telling people that they should be proud of their bodies, no matter what they look like, which again is fine. I think people really want to show this off in whatever way that they can, that they are happy with their body, they are happy with the way that they are just them. And this is something that we can sell to people as well. So this is just the same as cross-niching with in any other way that people do. So I think a lot of people on YouTube, they teach you now to do so you take like a niche and then you sell it toward like the different professions, like teachers, doctors, nurses, astronauts, whatever it is. I think it's just the same thing. This is just another thing that people are passionate about, and people are really passionate about just being happy with themselves. And I came across a book, like I said, and it was just like cartoony pictures of a slightly chunkier woman on the front of it, and it was selling unbelievably well. And it was the only type of book that I've actually seen like it. And I think this is a really good opportunity to make good sales in this niche. Okay, so the other thing that I think people are going to be doing in this niche, I think that people are going to be interested in buying more so, should I say, is that you can make this year specific. So 2021, I think a lot of people are now, especially after 2020 that we just had, I think a lot of people are feeling extremely positive about 2021. So you can really target, really focus in on a specific type of person that wants this type of book for 2021, because that's the year where they're going to get into shape and track their fitness and, you know, blah, 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 and do all these good things for their body. And just sort of moving back to the body appreciation scene here, there's a lot of really good things that you can do here. As you can see on this person's book here, I'm doing this for myself. So you can make a cover like this in Canva, and you can put a spin on, this book is selling extremely well. So you can put your own spin on this with something positive. And people want to show off that, you know, they don't want to look a certain way, they don't want to be healthier for anyone other than themselves. So this whole self-love, body appreciation thing that we're getting more familiar with now is huge, and I would definitely look at selling within this niche. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, I think this is a really good niche, but like I said, I do think pretty much with every niche now, you need to be a bit more specific with who you target, and you know, don't just do the typical thing of putting like a different type of flower on the front or saying, hey, this is a fitness planner for nurses. Like, that just seems really, really specific. You kind of have to match the niche with the sub niche that you're crossing it with, if that makes sense. So like body appreciation and fitness planners, they go together hand in hand. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope that this has given you some inspiration to go ahead and make a book within this niche. I think it's going to be a good one this year. And if this has helped you the slightest, then go ahead and subscribe, and there's plenty more to come.